Bitcoin is over $121,000. Who would have thought? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, the BitBoy. Today, we're going to be taking a look at several institutional stories, as that pretty much is what dominates the markets these days. But the big news today is Bitcoin is doing well. Bitcoin is up considerably. We're not only at 120, we are now at $121,000. So that's the big news of the day, guys. Big news is Bitcoin, and there's not a lot of resistance between here and a new all-time high. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, how fast it gets back up to all-time highs. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be probably not on the weekend, but it could be next week. Very few care about Bitcoin. Well, the numbers don't bear that out. The majority is Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at we'll go and look at the chart here. Look here. Right now, the market cap of Bitcoin is $2.4 trillion. Let me say that again. $2.4 trillion. How insane is that? The rest of the market cap combined is only about 60% of that. So Bitcoin dominance is over half the market right now, and so it's at 56.6%. The market cap's at $4.242 trillion. 24-hour volume, 200 billion, and ETH dominance at 12.8, while Bitcoin is at 56.6. So really interesting here. I haven't heard of any of these trending coins here. Corn. Maybe we could take a look at that. What is corn? I'm sure it's something on Bitcoin, right? They have their own chain. Is that what it looks like here? Interesting. This just launched. Corn. Let's see. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Make sure to smash the like button. Number one thing you can do here to help the channel and help yourself. Wow. They have a loot box, a network, dashboard. I mean, the website's pretty cool. Got your corn logo over here. Somebody worked real hard to make that logo, I can tell. It looks pretty cool. Let's see. Use Bitcoin-backed tokens like CBDC, WBTC, and Babylon Bitcoin LSTs. I don't even know what those are. As collateral is liquid staking tokens. Earn Bitcoin denominated across 3 one-click strategies. Keep full Bitcoin exposure while accessing powerful DeFi yield tools. You got BTCN, which is a hybrid tokenized Bitcoin gas token. Corn is the main reward and yield governance token. And then Popcorn, the one-by-one corn rewards wrapper. All incentives are distributed as popcorn, which gradually unlocks its underlying corn over time. Wow, this was pretty interesting. What do you guys think about this? Earn popcorn through corn strategies on the earn page. Claim on Merkle. It's the Merkle tree, I guess it's talking about. Triggers a 21-week vesting schedule for corn. 21% of the underlying asset. Corn unlocks immediately. The rest vests linearly over time. There's more. This is the last one. Grow your Bitcoin. Connect your wallet. Bridge your Bitcoin-backed assets. Go to the earn page, explore strategies. Okay, got it. Oh, look, we got a little corn. We got a little corn guy down here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's not the logo. Somebody worked very hard as well on that to make corn look like it has eyeballs. Good job. 6.6 million TVL. Okay. Is what it is, I guess. Okay, but let's look at what people really care about. I'm telling you, these tokens in trending, there is something to these trending coins. If you ever go to CoinGecko and want to click on some of these, they can trend for all types of different reasons. But whenever you see new projects out there that you've never seen before, it's usually a good idea to check those out. Right now, Bitcoin is at 120,517. That's not right. It's at $121,701. It is up 2% last 24 hours, 1% in the last hour. I got a little long, and then I short. I hit a long, I reversed it short, then I reversed it long, and I finally lost the third time. But those first two times were pretty good. Femex has a one button reverse. All you gotta do is just go over here and hit reverse, and it'll reverse your trade. It does it at market, so if you're in some good profit and you feel strongly about what to do, then I think sometimes the reverse is good. If you're in a real tight situation, you don't want to do that because the market automatic sale and buy at market price will hurt you. You'll be negative in the trade before you even start. But sometimes it's worth it. And don't forget, we do have our Femex contest, guys. Please make sure to join the contest. We're giving away an iPhone 16. And then we're giving away plenty of other cash prizes. So make sure to check the link down below in the description and join us on the Telegram chat as well. That's down below in the description as well. But there we go. Femex is obviously a sponsor of the channel. We appreciate Femex very much. Okay, let's finish here on CoinGecko. Bitcoin $121,701. Ethereum at $4,500. What's it going to take for Ethereum to finally get above 5,000? I mean, who knows, right? XRP now is actually beating the Tether market cap. Tether market cap and is very close. And then also the BNB market cap is getting close as well to XRP. But XRP has passed Tether and it now sits at number 3 overall. The number 2 altcoin right here. It's up 10.4% for the week, 6% for the month, so doing pretty good. BNB is up 34.2% for the month. It's just crushing it. 1150, that's got to be all-time high for BNB. Got to be all-time high for BNB. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go to the max. Yep, we are definitely at an all-time high for Airbnb, or not Airbnb, for the token BNB, Binance Coin. Man, the thing is really running away. It is really doing well. Can't believe back I had it when it was $5. That was very close to the bottom of the market, I thought it was. There it was. December 3rd, 2018. Almost the bottom of the 2017 bull market or the bottom of the bear market, I should say, 2018 bear market. 451 a coin. If you sat, how many X's is that up here? 250X. That's pretty good. It's hard to complain about that. All right, let's look at the biggest gainers of the day. 9.3% BNB. Aster, another good day today. We're coming up, should be coming up on its 30-day here pretty soon. Zcash up again today. Aptos, Story IP. And near protocol. Near protocol is down at number 48. I'm surprised. I thought this would be doing much better. But with all the new staking tokens and wrapped assets popping up in the top 20, when it comes to actual, or in the top 50 even, near protocol probably is not too far out of the top 20 altcoins, but I never thought it'd dip this low down to 48. Aptos at 47. That feels respectable compared to Near. I think Near's a lot better than Aptos, but maybe that's just me. Let's go for the last week. We got Zcash, Pump.Fun, Aptos, and BNB. And then for the 30 days, MyX Finance, Zcash, and Memecore, all over 100% gains. And then there were plenty above 10% gains for the month. Wow, really doing well. Look at the chart for Bitcoin. This is the 4-hour chart. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Look at that. Just in a pretty tight channel here. Yeah, but the interesting thing is when you look back here on the 4-hour chart, there's basically nothing between 121 and 125K. It's going to go. It should go to all-time highs pretty quickly, guys. Is what I'm trying to say here. There's not a lot of resistance here. This is price discovery, probably about like right there. Yep, somewhere thereabouts. But what is price discovery? Price discovery is when it's in uncharted territory. It's in a place that you can't look back and say, oh, it was at this time. It was at this cost at this time. And that's 124.7. Let's see. 124.474 is what that is. And you can see back here, same thing, not a lot. These are wicks here. So we should be hitting all-time highs, guys. It should happen. Should happen. All right, guys. Fresh Bitcoin demand emerges as price claims 120K. Up next, new all-time high. So what I just said. Bitcoin has reclaimed the $120,000 mark, signaling renewed bullish momentum that is pushing the crypto king closer to its all-time high. Sharp rise in price reflects improving investor sentiment as fresh capital flows into the market. Mid-sized holders and ETF inflows appear to be playing a crucial role. Bitcoin has strong backing. Trend accumulation score highlights a notable shift in market conditions. Mid-sized Bitcoin holders are accumulating strongly, counterbalancing continued selling by larger entities. Fresh wave of demand signals structural support for BTC's current uptrend, creating a more stable foundation for future gains. This is the Bitcoin trend accumulation score. And this has the cohorts by Bitcoin, 100K, 1 to 10K, minus 10K, and it shows a lot of red here. It's a heat map. And you can see not quite as much red, but some medium. All the red means it's overheated. Long-term holders' net position change has shifted toward neutral after months of heavy distribution. This suggests that profit taking by long-term holders is cooling, leaving the market less vulnerable to sharp selling pressure. Reduced distribution is an encouraging sign for sustained growth. With supply pressure easing, external factors such as ETF flow and institutional demand now take the driving seat and momentum. Position change. You can see overheated over here on the left side, and we got a correction. Bitcoin price is aiming high. Riding Bitcoin is trading at 122.90, but we know it's already at 121. Attempting to secure 120K as a support floor. Holding this level is critical for sustaining momentum and preventing a short-term reversal. The immediate challenge for Bitcoin lies at $122,000, which stands as the final resistance before the all-time high of 124,474. Successful breakout above this barrier would open the door for Bitcoin to chart a new all-time high, reinforcing bullish conviction over the market. So 122,000 is where it needs to get to. Right now it's at 121.6, 121.7. Very close to that number right there. However, if market conditions weaken and selling pressure rises, Bitcoin risks losing 120K as support. In such a scenario, it could go down to 117. That is a scenario that exists. I think right now it's showing a lot of strength. So I'm not 100% sure that's going to happen. What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody in the chat. I need a $400 trade by Monday. What's the best token to trade? Trying to see the Dodgers versus Phillies. Look, I think it's very clear that that Bitcoin is what you should be trading right now. And it should be going as soon as we clear 122, it should be not a long time before it gets all the way up to 124.5, new all-time high. We want to see it eclipse 125 at least. I think it will do that. I think it will probably go close to 130. So, but just remember, trading on the weekend is very dangerous. Weekend trading is not for the weak at heart. or faint of heart. A lot of stuff happens on the weekends. Why does that happen? Because there's low volume. It's easier to push low volume than it is high volume. So yes, all those charts we looked at, it means it's going to go higher. When is parabolic altcoin season starting? And this is an important question, because I hope we're going to see it. This is what we all wanted, but we have not seen that yet. All we've seen is Bitcoin move and everything else kind of like barely move with it, which is very different than the way things used to work, where Bitcoin would move a little bit and then altcoins would move a lot. However, if Bitcoin drops, altcoins still do drop a lot. You look across the board at all these new tokens and all these new platforms, and you see how much decentralized finance is the future. And you look at these projects that are, chains have been built, they're used for stuff, but, I'm thinking about coins like Algorand. Like, where does Algorand fit in this market? Where does HBAR fit in this market? It's hard to see, to be honest with you. It really is for me, because we've had this run on these platform coins. But the thing to consider about that, though, is we see other niches do this as well, right? But this is just so institutional DeFi led that it's not making the coins we thought were going to go up. It's just starting new coins, farming yield bearing tokens based off decentralized exchanges like Aster, MyX Finance, and Avantis. All of these, and these are getting all the attention right now. And so it's hard for me to look across the board and speculate and say, oh, definitely altcoins are going to pump. Altcoins are pumping. It's just, are you in the right altcoin? That's the question. And the ones that we've been faithful to for a long time on this channel, like ADA and XRP, they'll probably do well. However, once further down the list, you got CRO. It's big. Trump's big on using it, so it's probably going to do well. But outside of coins like that and Chainlink, it's hard to find, like, is Avalanche really going to break out? Is Avalanche going to ever actually become like this really good chain that people want to use? I know all the stuff that people were using on it kind of went out of style like over a year ago. So I don't know. It's really hard to say, in my opinion. It's a new market. It's a new market. That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, let's go back here. Bitcoin holds 2-month high above 120K. This crypto soars 150%. What happened to my story here? What happened to my story? Wow, I don't know what happened here. Earlier, this whole article was here. It wasn't like, it looks like it's paywalled or something. But anyways, the story here is backed, BAKKT. They're up almost 150% this week. They're a crypto infrastructure provider. They used to be a trading platform. They're not a trading platform anymore, but it's doing really well on the regular stock market, which is crazy. I have to say what the regular stock market is doing now with crypto. And we really are on, let's see, high 121,919. We're about to take out that resistance at 122, and then it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. That's what some people say. Canaan, another stock company, shares surge after 50,000 rig Bitcoin mining deal. Canaan's 50,000 mining rig deal is largest in more than 3 years. It signals a renewed appetite in the U.S. for Bitcoin mining. Canaan Inc. jumped share 26% in early trading Thursday after the crypto mining firm landed a 50,000 rig order of its Avalon A15 Pro mining machines, an institutional-grade Bitcoin mining rig. The buyer was not disclosed. The CEO said it highlighted confidence in long-term growth. But that's not what everybody is saying. We actually are number one over here now. We have 33% of all of the Bitcoin mining, and then of course Russia and China both coming in next at 10 to 25%. And then it goes from there. Really interesting. Oh, here it talks a little bit about the difficulty. In August 2025, mining difficulty hit a record 127.6 trillion before climbing again to 134.7 trillion on September 5th. On Thursday, the difficulty rate climbed to 150.84 trillion, signaling that Bitcoin is more difficult to mine today than it has ever been. And if you are unaware of what that means, is as more people are mining Bitcoin, the algorithm to mine it, or the algorithm to unlock Bitcoin rewards, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder. Is to create competition in mining. But this guy, the company's CEO, Sam Tabar, let's see. Oh, Bit Digital said it would shut down its Bitcoin mining operations to shift toward an Ethereum treasury strategy. Company CEO Sam Tabar told this news place that the Bitcoin mining industry is going to be dead in 2 years, adding that there's no way the mining industry can survive another halving. What does that even mean? How could it? People are just going to stop mining?
You can't, because the transactions will be processed.
Right. Well, they could. I mean, technically, everybody could turn off their miner, technically, but that's not going to happen. I think what really the story is, the competition is going to get harder and harder and harder. And now with the value of Bitcoin going up above 120, probably above 130, people are going to look at those numbers and remember those numbers when we go back down. And by people, I mean the miners, because there are a better way to say this. Let me say this quote a little bit better. Adding that there's no way many in the mining industry can survive without another halving, or can survive another halving. Individual mining companies might be in trouble, but not all of them. The ones at the top, like the ones that just bought this 50,000 Bitcoin mining rig, I mean, they're prepared for the competitiveness, the competition that will arise from more people mining. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, the difficulty level adjusts. That's what happens if everybody turns their mining rigs off. The difficulty would drop like a rock to almost nothing. But that's not going to happen. And these bigger companies, I said many years ago that the mining industry had gone totally corporate. You can mine them at home, and the story says a solo miner produced block 903,883, earning nearly $350K from the block reward. And then a second solo miner collected more than $373,000 in rewards based on Bitcoin's price day after mining block 907,283. So the point is, these two miners are just home hobbyists, and they happen to hit the lottery. That's what it is. It's the lottery if you just happen to slide in and get a full block. Most mining is done in pools, and so it doesn't work that way. But some miners, it could happen. You could mine, and you could get lucky. But most individual miners are losing money. It would be far better to take the money they put into mining costs and just put it into Bitcoin. Time has shown that that's a better strategy, in my opinion, especially as it gets more and more difficult. Oh, it broke 122. It did. It did it. Hi. 122, 100. Yeah, we cleared 122. So, man, now we got to see what's going to happen. Is that going to turn into a little bit of resistance there, or are we going to charge up past it? Very interesting, to say the least. All right. I'm going to skip this story. Blockchain network. Crypto begins to fret over the Winklevoss brothers' embrace of MAGA. A pair of the crypto, well, we know who the Winklevoss twins are, is going full MAGA, and President Donald Trump is thrilled. Over the past year, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, the Facebook famous brothers who turned an early bet on Bitcoin into a crypto empire, have emerged as Trump's fiercest allies in the digital assets world and major Republican donors. In July, and really the main thing here is they pressed Trump. Brian Quintes was on deck to be the next chairman of the CFTC, and they pushed against that, and they said no, they don't want him there, and he fired him. Or he didn't fire him. He ended up not naming Brian Quintes. He pulled that away. So
is that recent?
Yeah.
Is it because of his Nazi stuff?
Babe.
It's true.
Please. A crypto official granted anonymity to speak freely said the industry needs to remain bipartisan. If it becomes a Republican-only issue, crypto is just going to get killed. Well, this is all what I always say about politics and crypto. Because remember, everything swings back and forth. Right now, we swung really hard one way. It'll swing back the other way. That's the way that politics work. So if it does become like a Republican issue, Republicans are pro-crypto and Democrats are anti-crypto, then that's going to make it not, that's going to put more wrinkles into, let's say, a 4-year cycle. So Marathon Digital Holdings added 373 Bitcoin to their stack in September as total holdings exceed $6 billion. Firm mined a total of 736 Bitcoin, which is 88.6 million last month, up 4.4% from its 705 BTC haul in August. So Marathon Digital Holdings is a crypto stock that's done real well, and I think they're doing. Are they not? Yeah. Anyways, there's 110. There's a gap, a CME gap at $110,000. Bitcoin futures are aggressively long as well as return. 110K is definitely a good spot for a pullback because we do have a gap there. Basically, it means that the CME trading is like, it's like 5 days straight from Friday afternoon or from Sunday to Friday. It's real weird the way their market opens and closes. But the point is that whenever there's a gap, when the price of Bitcoin opens on a Sunday afternoon, which is when it opens, and the price has fluctuated greatly in between Friday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, then it creates a gap because these markets are not 24/7. So you have gaps in there. Those are usually very bearish. It usually means that the price is going to go back there. And I think it definitely will go back there. The question is, how many more run-ups for Bitcoin do we have left in the near term? Derivatives traders are flipping aggressively long as price squeezes closer to all-time highs. Bitcoin futures buy volume surges in October. Bitcoin futures markets are undergoing a transformation in sentiment as October gets underway. Net buy volume has surged. Futures buyers are stepping up. So you can see here Bitcoin net taker volume. This post was a response by two observations by CryptoQuant CEO, who noted that Bitcoin's latest local highs came on the back of sustained buy momentum among derivative market whales. Man, we are above 122,000, guys. Don't forget to sign up for FEMEX. We are now in that zone. Let's go down a lower chart and see what's happening. Let me get my market cipher back up too. Huh. That's really weird. Did market cipher just market cipher B? Does it look weird to you?
For Bitcoin?
Yeah, like the colors changed, it looks like. And then they started adding some graphics to it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, look at it. Do you see it over here?
Yeah, it does look weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to pull that down for the moment, just because I need more information about that before I start telling you guys what's going on that. Man, we're at 122.4. Told you, we said it would go straight up. It has. It's like a rocket ship right now. 122.4. Wow. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is all that we have for you today. Hopefully, Bitcoin is going to keep making new all-time highs here. And when you see on Monday, hopefully it's going to be up considerably, maybe at a new all-time high. We'll see. All right, guys. That's all I've got. Be blessed. Good boy out.